So breaking news here tonight, because apparently it's now being reported, it's being rumored as well, that CM Punk and Seth Rollins is no longer the planned match for WrestleMania 41, but is now being planned for that first ever episode of Raw on Netflix on January 6th. So most of us figured that this match, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, was going to take place at WrestleMania 41, and with the last few weeks of sort of build and storytelling, we kind of figured that this is where they were going. But apparently it's being reported now that this is the planned match, the planned main event match for that first ever Raw on Netflix episode. And it kind of makes sense because a few months ago Triple H was quoted as to saying that that first episode of Raw on Netflix is going to be WrestleMania like. It's going to be like WrestleMania feel, WrestleMania worthy of an event. So at first, I'm not gonna lie, at first it did kind of take me by surprise that they would blow this match off at the first ever Raw on Netflix. But I came up with two scenarios that I can foresee why they're gonna do this. So the first is that this may set up sort of a trilogy for these two guys, right? Maybe the first ever match that they have is on that first ever Raw on Netflix episode, and then maybe we get a second match probably at the Elimination Chamber or whatnot, or at the Royal Rumble, and then we get the final match at WrestleMania. That was sort of one rationale that I had, because you know it is kind of weird to have, you know, sort of a WrestleMania like match take place on the Monday Night Raw. But then again, you have to figure that this Monday Night Raw is going to be possibly the biggest Monday Night Raw ever in history, right? So they're bringing out the big guns with this show. Now, the second reason why I think that they kind of may have made the pivot here last minute is because obviously the WWE, they got tremendous numbers with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. They touted it. They touted their numbers like a couple days after, you know, that it was like 60 million people watched, like on Instagram or whatever. So that's got to play a factor into, you know, possibly Triple H saying like, hey, why don't we make this pivot? Why don't we pivot and, you know, give CM Punk and Roman Reigns that main event match? And now that opens the question as to potentially, is that the match that we get for WrestleMania, CM Punk against Roman Reigns? Do we get sort of that sped up with Paul Heyman? Like, are we going to get that feud kind of earlier than we expected? And if so, what is The Rock doing? Is The Rock facing Cody then? I can't really see The Rock doing anything else other than facing Cody or facing Roman. And maybe Punk and Roman, that is the night one main event of WrestleMania. Or honestly, I am taking this really with a grain of salt. I really don't know until we see within the next couple of weeks what they plan out. We'll have to see like within the next weeks if they announce anything, if they make anything official for that first ever Raw on Netflix episode. But let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think of this situation? Do you think that this is legitimate? Do you think that they're still going to have this match at WrestleMania 41? Let me know what you think down below. Post your comments down below. And until next time, take care, y'all. I'll see y'all later.